Hello and welcome back to this coronavirus update in Spain 5.0. The date today is the 19th of March 2020 and it is Father's Day here in Spain. Now this is actually a special one for me because this is my first ever Father's Day here in Spain. My daughter was born back in January, so just 2 months ago to the day. So I've got my special dad shirt that I've been forced to wear by my friends and family. So yeah, excuse the shirt, but I actually love it. So yes, happy Father's Day to all the dads who are out there. And of course, if your dad is in England or in Spain, send them a message just to let them know that you're thinking of them. You know, it is a Spanish Father's Day, but there's no reason why you can't send them a message just to say Happy Father's Day. And for those who are not with us, just have a little minute just to remember them, because that's always nice to do as well. Right, so let's start things off. First of all, thank you very much for liking the page, this page that we are going live with at the moment. Over 500 likes, almost up to the 600 already. We've had almost 900 followers on the page as well, so that is absolutely fantastic. It's really getting the information out there, which is crucial, I think, at this time. So thank you so much for everyone who is sharing it. And that's a quick reminder, please, I'm still marked as spam on Facebook because I've been sharing so much information onto groups and everything. So please, I can't share this to any of the groups anymore. So please share this. If you're watching right now, Joe, John, if you can just quickly share this to all the pages, onto your profiles. Let's get as many people as watching this video as possible because we have a lot of updates to go through. Okay, so first things first, the information on this page. Now, this is something that everyone has to remember. The information on this page, this is researched and translated by myself and my wife. We are not an organization. We are not lawyers or solicitors or anything like that. So please take this information with a pinch of salt. It is always updating. It is always changing. What we don't want is people going out, getting fines, and then blaming us for it. I'm sorry, but we can't be at fault for this. We're always trying to keep up to date with all the information. So this is why this video is so important, because I think they're trying to get as much information out, and I think we've got the majority of the information today. There are still a few bits that we're still researching. So yeah, we will keep updated with more videos as well. And that goes on to the next point, which is these videos. Now, I'm going to be doing them every day from 4 p.m. on this page. So if you want an update on any coronavirus information in Spain, I will be doing a live video about 10 to 20 minutes on all the information over the past 24 hours, and it's going to be on this page. So I'll keep sending out reminders. I'll send out an event as well just after this, so make sure you are watching, but at 4 o'clock, and you can share this with everyone that you know. 4 p.m. Spanish time, I will be sharing this live video with everyone, okay? Right, moving on. The biggest news that we have was supermarkets. Now, the government have put into place new rules and new laws regarding going to the supermarkets. Now, of course, you should only be going to the supermarkets if it is essential, okay? Now, when we say essential, well, you're running out of food, obviously. So the best thing that they have done now is you are allowed to take a child, someone who is disabled, or the elderly with you. Now, I always advise, if you are in the elderly sector, then please try not to go out if you don't have to, okay? Dentist, I will get onto that. That is on my list, Darren. So supermarkets, if you are elderly, try to avoid going to the supermarkets, because unfortunately it's the elderly who are getting infected most here in Spain. Now, we don't want any more losses than there already have been. So please, if you are planning to go to the supermarket, ask your neighbour or ask a friend or a family member to go for you. Write a list for everything that you might need. Give it to them, send them a message, give them a phone call. They can go and get the products for you and the produce and bring it to your door. You don't even have to have actual contact with the person. You can leave it by the door, ring the doorbell, and that's it, okay? That is the best advice that I can always give you. But the Spanish law now, if you are a single parent and you're not able to get any help with looking after the child, then you can take the child with you, okay? Now, I said this at the start, it should only be for essentials only. You shouldn't be going out once a day to pick up the local fruit or veg. It should be only when it is essential, okay? So that's a good point. I think a lot of people are really happy about that. We've had a lot of messages asking whether they can take their husband, wife, etc., etc. So that's actually really interesting. Now, if you're driving to the supermarket and you have two people in the car, the best thing that you can do is to prove, one, that you have a disability, if you are taking someone who is disabled. Two, obviously you'll have the child in the car, so you would be able to show them that you've got your child in the car. And if you are elderly, bring a passport, a driving license, or something just to prove identity, okay? Age as well. Right, now a lot of people message saying the supermarkets are shut today. Well, yes, it is a Spanish bank holiday. It is Father's Day today, so all the supermarkets should be shut. I know there are some 7 days a week that are still open because they know that this situation, they need to be open, but most of the supermarkets will be shut today. So please pass this on for anyone who is trying to get to the supermarkets. Don't waste your time. Do not have to go today. Wait until tomorrow, okay? All right. The next thing that has come out, and this has come from a really good source of mine. This was sent through to me this morning, officially dated at the top of the document as well on the 19th, which is today. This document, which I'm having translated at the moment, my beautiful wife is translating as we speak. It basically gives a bit of information about who can work, okay? So that is the biggest part that everyone has been asking about. If you're self-employed, builders, plumbers, electricians, etc. A lot of people have been asking who can work, where can we work, why, etc. This document that has been translated at the moment, it will give you basically all the information about what you can do and what you can't do, okay? I'm going to quickly dive into it, just a little bit of the key points, because I think it is crucial to get the most important information out there, okay? So in this documentation, they've basically put out in Spanish, vehicles, the first thing that comes up. You should only have one person per vehicle. Now, of course, if you go into the shops and you are taking someone with you, you can actually have two people, but you have to prove that you're going to the shops if it's a child, an elderly person, or disabled, okay? So it is now the law that only one person can go in a car, in a vehicle. Now, the best thing that you can do, you should be wearing a mask as well. This is already written on here as well. And if it is a work vehicle, as in a bus taking to the agricultural fields or something like that, there is a law in where you are allowed to take more than one person, but they have to wear a mask in the vehicle at all times. So that's really good news as well. They're taking precautions and they're putting the information out there as well. All the workers that are going on, I'm going to skip through to Autonomos and basically the workers that can actually go through. I'm sorry if I miss off any of this, but it will be in a document that I will put on this page afterwards, so you can have a look, translate it, and share it with as anyone as possible. So the self-employed sector, basically what they have done, you are allowed to work only with these conditions and in these professions, okay? So if you are a plumber, if you are a builder, an electrician, then you are allowed to work, okay? Which means you can go to people's houses and you can fix things, but only if it is an emergency, okay? That is the only reason that you should be out of your house working. So we've had a lot of people messaging and even sending in photos of people on construction sites building houses. This shouldn't actually be going ahead. And these, in fact, these are builders without masks on, without gloves. This is very, very dangerous, okay? The only time that workers are allowed to go out, electricians, plumbers, etc., is only when it is essential work, okay? So if you're a self-employed and a plumber, you're allowed to go out if it is a call out when someone has no water, for example, okay? Gas man as well. If someone is going out and they've got no gas, this is classed as an emergency. So yes, you can go out. Now, there are documents that you can actually print off and fill in. So if you are employed by someone, get your employer to fill these documents in, because that should be proof that you have to work and that you are allowed to work as well. I will also be putting this up into into a post afterwards, after I finish this live feed. So at the moment, yes, some workers are allowed to work, but when it comes to the sector of retail, such as clothes shops, furniture shops, etc., those should all be closed and remain closed. Now, moving on to the next points with self-employment. a lot of people are asking about what they're going to be doing with self-employment, as in what money can they receive, what benefits can they receive. We, as far as I have researched, we have no further information about this, okay? The best thing that you can do is go to your solicitor, ring them especially, or email them and just ask them what are the process, what is the next step that you need to take if you have, or if you are self-employed and your job was, say, retail. Let's say you had a small clothes shop and you are not able to open. Get in touch with your solicitor and ask what is the protocol that you have to take to be able to get your self-employment either reduced, taken away, or stopped. Okay, that is really, really crucial to speak to your solicitor. Okay. Moving on to the next thing, fees of self-employment. Now, nothing has been said about whether the government are going to be reducing fees. All I know is they are going to be extending the tax date. Okay, so if you are self-employed and you're worried about when you have to pay your taxes, there is a process. I've actually put this on yesterday, a document with instructions of where to go, what website, and it's all in English, so you can follow it step by step. This will give you an extension of your self-employment taxes, so you won't have to pay them in the first quarter, okay? So if you know anyone self-employed, share this video to them, okay? And the other fees that a lot of people have been asking about, rent, utilities, private schools, nurseries, etc. A lot of people have been asking whether these fees are going to be cancelled or if these fees are going to be paid by the government. Nothing has been said, okay? The same as mortgage payments, utilities, rent. Nothing has been said about the government paying this, okay? They are putting in about 200 million euros specifically to help and aid people who have lost jobs or lost work due to the coronavirus lockdown, but nothing has been put in stone about how to do it, when you can do it, and how to apply for it, okay? So please try and save up as much money as possible, obviously. Be prepared to pay for utilities and rent and mortgages. So just be very, very cautious, okay? I don't want to say that, yes, the rent is going to be paid for by the government, because this is not true. We don't know this information yet. I'm still doing research, and when it does come out, I will make sure that you guys know it first. Right, moving on. Dates for hotels. If you're on holiday in Spain, all of the hotels should be closed by Tuesday. So if you work in a hotel or a bed and breakfast or something like this, all of these should be closed by next Tuesday, okay? That is now put into place, that we do know for sure. There are hotels opening up specifically to aid nurses and medical staff who have been helping with coronavirus. This is basically because majority of the people are exposed to the virus. They might not have it, but they are exposed to it, so they don't want to risk going home and infecting someone. Maybe they have a parent or something that is at home who's elderly and not in the best state, so they cannot go home. So this is the only reasons why hotels should be closing. And Lauren, this private Airbnb villas, yes, this actually should include this, because you'll be going on the tourism license, which is classed as a hotels, bed and breakfast, and stuff like that. This should all be included as well. Okay, so Lauren, yes, bed and breakfasts should be closed as well. Right, the next thing that we're going to move on to, and this is actually something that a lot of people have been asking about, but we don't have the full information. I've been trying to get hold of airlines this morning, Ryanair, EasyJet, Jet2. I haven't been able to get through to any of them. I know a lot of people have been trying to ring and get through to these people, to these companies, to find out what is going on with their flights. I don't know. I really have no idea what is going on with the flights at the moment, okay? Now, the first bit of news that we did get out yesterday was that all flights were going to be postponed until a time in April. Then they were cancelled from midnight tonight, and then it's now been pushed to the 24th, only for emergency flights only. So I'm not going to give you any specific information there, okay? I don't know what is going on with the flights. I've been trying to get hold of all of the airline companies, even airports. I've tried to get hold of Madrid, Barcelona, to get some sort of question answered, but I haven't received anything. So if anyone works for an airline, or if anyone works for the airports around Spain, please get in contact with us, because we just want to know what is going on. People are still trying to get flights out of Spain and coming back to Spain where their residency is as well. So please try and get someone in contact with us. Right, moving on. Contract workers moving to the ERTE, which is the ERTE. It's classed as paid leave or temporary paid leave. A lot of people have been asking about how they need to go about to get this. Again, I'm not a solicitor. I won't be able to guide you in these steps, step by step, because I'm basically not allowed to. That is not my duty. So you should be contacting your employer, your boss, and asking them what is the ERTE, E-R-T-E. How can you go about getting it? But it should be the employer sorting this out for you, okay? So if you are employed and you have a full-time contract and paying your taxes in Spain, you should be able to get this automatically if you have been made redundant or that they have put you on a sick leave, or not a sick leave, a temporary leave, okay? This should all be put by the solicitor and organised for you, all right? Hospital appointments, Nan. Hospital appointments, from what I've heard, they have all been cancelled unless it is essential or an emergency, okay? Best thing for you to do is to ring your local centre, health centre, hospital, and ask if they are still open. I'm sure a majority of the hospitals, they will have someone who does speak English there. So, yeah, the best thing to do is just to call them and see if your appointment is still available. Now, I've got a 2-month-old daughter who needs to get vaccinations, but we've been trying to get through, and people have been saying that most of the appointments have now been cancelled, okay? Where can you buy masks? Dan Morgan. Masks, pharmacies. I'm guessing pharmacies is going to be the best place where you can buy masks. There have been tutorials online on how to make a mask as well, with rubber bands and sheets, my mind's gone blank, paper, toilet paper. It's just gone blank. But yes, you can make some at home if you can't get out, but pharmacies should now have them back in stock, and some supermarkets as well. Right, yesterday, the King's Speech. A lot of people have asked about the King's Speech and what was said. The majority of it was basically motivation. It was to get the people motivated to stay at home. Now, I did talk earlier about people being able to go to work and being able to do things for emergency reasons or essential uses only. Now, I would always suggest that it's the best thing to do is just to try and stay at home, okay? If you have to go out because it is essential, okay, that is fair enough, but try and stay at home as much as possible, and try and have the least amount of contact with the public, okay? That is my only advice that I can give you there. Mandy, Amazon have masks. Yes, Amazon is still delivering. That's also on my list here to go through. Governments recall all masks because of hospitals and families. Yes, that is true. There were a shortage. There were actually Chinese depots that were donating a lot of their masks, sanitizers to the hospitals as well. Mortgage breaks. Okay, Lauren, no, you haven't missed anything. There is no news about it yet, okay? We don't know the full message that the government is trying to get for mortgage breaks. We know that they have put 200 million euros into a deposit that is going to be helping people, but we don't know if mortgages have been postponed yet, okay? So we will keep you informed when it does happen, but we don't know yet. So going back to the King's Speech, yes, it was all about motivation. Basically motivating people to stay inside. This is tough times. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people, they have caught the virus, and the majority who have passed away are elderly. But there has been a lot of people asking, what are the fatalities? Well, we're over 500 now, and that's majority of them over 65. But there have been cases of people younger than 50 catching the virus and also passing away. So this is why, when we are saying stay at home, take all precautions, this is the reason why. It's just common sense that you have to stay safe, and stay safe for other people as well, okay? Right, now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the virus itself. Now, I basically did some research because there's a lot of posts going around on how long the virus can stay on things and how long it can be in the air, etc. like that. Now, from what my research has basically shown, it cannot be contracted in the air, okay? So people wearing face masks, yes, I understand why you're wearing it, because you could touch something and then touch your face, mouth, and then get it in. That is why you should be using masks, but you can't get it from the air, okay? Now, the main research that I did was basically the 3 main things that people come in contact with every single day. The first thing is utensils, knives, forks, spoons. Utensils, when it is metal, steel, the majority of the cases, if someone does have the virus and touches something, it will last on this for 13 to 72 hours, okay? So what should you do? You should wash it as much as possible, hot water, lots of fairy liquid, and just be safe. 1 to 3 days on plastic, and that includes your computer, mobile phone, screens, etc. Okay, so if you know someone who has the virus and they're using a laptop or something like that on the keyboard, yes, it could still be on there for up to 3 days. So best thing to do, wash it down, not with water, please, not on a keyboard. I don't want to be responsible for people putting water on their keyboard. Just get a wet wipe, wash it down if you need to, and if you know that someone has had the virus and used your computer, wear some gloves when using it from onwards. Now, money was another thing as well. Money, it can last up to 4 hours on coins and notes. So this is why a lot of the supermarkets are suggesting that you take credit card or your phone to pay with this, okay? And it's exactly the same as before. When you're paying with your credit card, just make sure you know which one you used, keep it in your pocket, and then wipe it down when you get back home. Same as your phone. When you got a contactless phone, you can swipe it or put it on the machine, and when you get out, just wipe your phone just to be sure, okay? We've had a load of questions. Has the lockdown been extended to 12th of April? I will talk about that in a second as well. Can I visit Creme Sunday, Mother's Day? Will it be open? Right. Yes, cemeteries that we know of are open, but they have been closing a lot in Madrid. So I wouldn't be able to give you a definitive answer, whether it's a yes or a no. But cemeteries, from far as I am aware, they are still open. But I think they are, the last news that I had was only one person is allowed to visit each grave at a time. And how do you claim unemployment benefits if you can't go to the offices to register? They are doing this all online, Nigel, okay? Talk to a solicitor or talk to a lawyer who can get this into place. But the one thing that you can do is go onto the posts that we had yesterday, and it's basically information on which websites to go to extend the IVA or the tax returns. But also on that website, you'll be able to find all the information that you need to go onto unemployment as well, okay? I'll do a deep dive on that tomorrow, I think, because I want to get some more instructions on what to do to go onto the unemployment. So that's a good thing there. Right, there is also... there we go. The dates. Now, a lot of people have been asking whether this quarantine or lockdown or social isolation, as we call it, is going to be extended even longer. There is no news about this, okay? There is a lot of people spreading that it's going to be up until the 12th or the 15th of April. This is not official, okay? Nothing has been put into place. Now, the reason they haven't said anything, obviously, because they need to know what the situation is by the time of the lockdown, okay? Sorry, Nigel. Yeah, the website will keep crashing because, unfortunately, a lot of people try again in an hour and just see how you do, okay? Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought there. Don't you hate it when that happens? What was I talking about? Somebody help me. What was I talking about? Completely lost my train of thought then. Somebody comment. What was I talking about? Lockdown. There we go. Lockdown on extension. Right. Nothing has been put out by the government. Okay. A lot of people have been putting it on Facebook posts. Unless it comes from a government page or a government run page, nothing like that has been put into place. Yes. Thank you, Julie. Now they need to see the situation at the end of these 15 days. So the best thing that we can do right now is stay at home. The best thing that we can do is stay in social isolation. Try not to contact as many people as possible, or physical contact with anyone that we don't need to. Okay. We should try to stick this out as much as we can for the 15 days. And when the 15 days comes, we will have to see the situation that Spain is in, whether more cases are coming more rapidly or if they are slowing down, okay? So there is no news about it being extended to the 12th or the 15th or to the end of April. Nothing like that has been said. So for people who are saying this is not true. We don't have any confirmation on this yet, okay? If it does happen, of course, I will let you know straight away. But at the moment, nothing has been put into place, okay? Leads me on to my next point. People still going out. Now, you are going to get fined if you are out without a cause, okay? We've talked about in the video, so if you've only joined us halfway through, when I finish this, you can re-watch it from the start. You can go to the supermarket with a child or with someone who is disabled or elderly. You should avoid taking someone elderly to the supermarket because they are at risk, okay? They are most at risk than anyone who is younger. So what you should do, find a neighbor who is younger, a friend or a family member who can go for you, okay? That's going to be the best thing. But people still going out, fines are being put into place and they are starting from 500 euros upwards now. There is a lot of people or a lot of police pages that are posting the amount of fines that they are putting out. There was some down in Aguilas and there was up to 12 different fines in one day just for people walking without an actual cause or a written permission, okay? So it is very, very important. If you have to go out, stay safe. Try and get a mask and gloves. If you have to go out, only do it if it is essential, okay? Make sure you have all the correct documents with you. So if you're going to do some work, make sure you have the documents that will allow you to work. And if you have to go out, make sure you have proof of address, okay? That is very, very important to do. Now, for the next 2 minutes, what I would like to do, I would like you guys to quickly write any comments or questions that you may have. I haven't done this on any of the other videos, but if you have any questions, write in the comments right now what your question is, and I'll see if I can answer it for you, okay? To get a bit more clarity on anything, okay? Also, whilst you're writing, or anyone else who is still watching, they don't have any questions, please, can you click that share button right now? I'm still classed as spam on Facebook for some reason. I found out why, because unfortunately someone marked me as spam. I'm just trying to do a good cause, okay? This is not my job. This is this is taking up a lot of my time. I'm doing research and I'm translating with along with my wife. I'm trying to look after a newborn baby. So this is all out of my time, and I just want to make sure that everyone is safe. Great job, Adrian. Thank you. I'm sure many people will find it very useful. Donna, thank you very, very much. Kenny, thanks. Great job. Seriously, thank you guys for all the comments as well. I really appreciate it. My full-time job is with Keystyle Properties. I'm an estate agent. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a researcher. I'm not a translator. So I just want to get the information out to the people who might not get this or might not receive this, okay? Seriously, Lauren, thank you very much. We'll tune in again tomorrow. Brilliant. You're doing it. Thank you, guys. Seriously, thank you for your help. Thanks for you doing this. Appreciate it. Looking forward to talk every day. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate you doing all of this. Thanks, Adrian. You need a mask now to go to the supermarket. Yes, you do. You should have a mask. It's not by law, but if you're going in a car with another person, yes, you should have a mask in there, John. Okay, so please be careful when you are going to a supermarket. I mean, if you're on El Valle, for example, the best thing to do is take the car to the supermarket because it's going to be quicker. You're less exposed to anyone who is out there. Thanks for your time. You're doing a great job. Thank you, Donna. How are you going to cope financially? I'm also an autonomous estate agent. I'll talk about that in a sec. Super well done, Marlene. I tried sharing your post, but my friends, if a virus has a picture of your little girl, and I was not sure. What? Hi, Adrian. We tried sharing your post, but my friends were, if it was a virus, as there was a picture of your little girl, and was not sure. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, Paula, but okay. You should get a radio show. I have been on Spectrum FM before. New career after the crisis, maybe. Right, I'll quickly answer Darren Gaskin. Yeah, so I'm an estate agent. I'm self-employed. I work with my dad. I work as a family with my dad and my mum. we're a family business. We're not a big corporation or anything like that. So yes, we are going to be affected. We're going to have a lot of people, a lot of clients we've already had to cancel. A lot of the viewings, a lot of the viewing trips that were coming over to view properties. What I'm concerned about the most is definitely the prices. You know, I hope that the prices are still going to be the same, and this is only going to be for the 15 days. But, you know, people are still going to look for houses. People are still going to look for properties, and they're going to still keep coming to Spain. You know, it's a beautiful place to live in. And I love living here. I really do love living in Spain, and I just want to show how a community in Spain could be so loving and friendly as well. So, you know, I'm worried, definitely, but I'm just going to keep trying to do as much as possible. You know, 360 virtual tours of properties. Hey, if we're in quarantine for the next 20 days, fine, I'll start sharing some 360 virtual reality tours. People can then see the properties themselves. So maybe a tip that you can take in as well. Nigel, girlfriend's prescription runs out next week. Is it true pharmacies will honour them if they run out of date of crisis? Doctors' appointments were cancelled. Yes, a lot of this is to do with renewals for driving licensing, driving licenses, NIE numbers, or any type of documentation that has to be renewed, passports, etc. in Spain. Yes, this is actually now extended until the end of the crisis, which will probably even still be a month after we're all let out and able to go back to normal. The same with car ITVs or MOTs. All the ITV garages are now closed, okay? So if you do have prescriptions for medicines and stuff like that and it's gone out of date, you should still be able to get your prescription if you go to the pharmacy. Please remember, only one person going into the pharmacy at a time, okay? Right, is there any other questions? Because I've done for about half an hour now, which is a great video. But if you have any questions, write them now in the next minute and I'll quickly get back to you. And if there's anything that you want me to research, we are due to get our medical cards and we're not able to. We have paperwork ready, S1 being old. What if we need medical help? Thanks again. What you're doing? All right, Jean. I'll tell you now, you are not going to have any problems if you don't have your medical card. Okay. The government are being more than helpful with anyone who has symptoms with coronavirus or if there's any other emergencies, okay? They are being more than helpful. I had to take a client about 4 weeks ago to the hospital and he didn't have his blue card with us, but they were very, very helpful and they told us that you can actually scan it when you get back to the UK and send it back over. They still treated him. He was in there for about 5 hours and then he was let out. The healthcare system here is amazing, so do not worry if you don't have your medical card. You will still be seen to, so don't worry about that. If I'm stranded here as my ferry was cancelled and I need to get back to the UK with my camper van as it has now been here longer than 6 months, can I get fined? To be honest, no, I don't think you're going to get fined. A lot of the MOTs, car registrations and everything like that, it's all been postponed, okay? So do not worry about that. I will do a bit of research into car registration, because before it was going down to 3 months. It wasn't official, but it was going down to 3 months. So I think you should be okay. Now, you shouldn't be out driving anyway, but you know, if it does happen, you just explain that you can't get back. If you did have a ferry ticket and you booked something on the ferry, have it with you at all times just to prove that you weren't able to get on the ferry to get back home, okay? So that's also good to do. Now, there was a document floating around about websites that you can go to for car registrations and changing over the car registration. That is still processing, but I'll try and find it and maybe I'll put a link up, okay? Right, well, if there's no other questions, I just want to say thank you again for all of your feedback. We're getting recommendations on the page, which is really, really nice to see. I'm still getting hundreds of private messages every single day asking new questions. So watch this video first. If I haven't answered anything, watch the previous videos. And if you still haven't got an answer to your question, yes, send me a message and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. As I said, it is just me running this, so I'll try to get to as many people as I can. And if you can share this video, this is the most up-to-date version that we have, so please share this video to all the groups that you can. I'm marked as spam, so I can't share it. But if you can do this for me, any pages that you can, even get it into WhatsApp groups. We want to start taking this even further into WhatsApp groups. You know, they can watch it in the video application on WhatsApp, so you won't have to open up any other pages or anything like that. So please, if you can share this as much as you can, I really appreciate it, okay? Well, that's all from me today. Now, we're going to do this regularly. So from 4 p.m. every single day, come back. Can you send me the link to the social, please, if you can? Keep up the good work. What do you mean by social? Social security, social healthcare. I need to know a bit more about social sharing. If you can quickly write a comment there, that would be helpful. But yes, every 4 p.m. every single day I'm going to be doing a quick video update. Well, this one was a long one, but I'll be doing a video update on everything that I need to get out, all the information, etc. Okay, I really appreciate everyone who is liking, sharing, thumbs up, sending messages. I really appreciate it, and let's try and stay safe and stay inside as much as we can. Oh, and also 8 p.m. tonight, get out onto the balconies and start clapping, cheering, doing everything that we can to support the police, the local police, national police, Guardia Civil, all the healthcare workers. 8 p.m. tonight, get out onto your balconies, onto your gardens, and start making noise. Sing, get a guitar out, drums, whatever, just to show your appreciation to everyone, okay? Right, guys, thank you very much for today's video. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m.